Hey, how's it going, everyone? Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully the audio and everything's good. But what you just saw was a time lapse for this map right here. But we're gonna go over that today. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. I have some cool stuff on the itinerary that we're gonna go through. But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a little bit longer stream than usual. Lots of information though, no real like downtime. Usually in my streams, I'm just walking around in the Stevorium world, but today we're gonna get a first-hand look at it. Okay, great. I'm just seeing some comments now. Looks good. All right, it looks like Nightbot's working too. That's cool. It looks like it's stopping people from like spamming and stuff. Okay, awesome. You guys should be able to type in commands. If you wouldn't mind trying it, that'd be nice. I think you guys can type exclamation point Discord if you want to join the Discord. I think you can type exclamation point. What else is there? There's a few things. Exclamation point Discord, exclamation point donate, exclamation point map if you want to see, like, if you want to take a look at this map in person, you want to like download it and look at it with me, you can do exclamation point map. If you're interested in looking at my most recent videos, you can do exclamation point Sparker. You can do exclamation point Electro for the electrocutionist. Okay, awesome. I see the Night King says, I heard the jungle will be at releases. Will it be bigger than on map? I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay, good. All right, it looks like the command's working. Okay, I like that. That's really awesome. Music is a little loud for me. I'm just gonna turn that down a touch. Okay, so I guess let's get into it. Well, how are you guys doing today? Let's see. I'm gonna start with some questions before we hop into this stuff, but it looks like it's working. Yeah, I'm seeing people, if you guys type the same message 3 or 4 times, I think Nightbot will automatically mute you for like 3 or 4 minutes. So just keep that in mind. Try not to, if you're gonna type the same question and I didn't see it, try and rephrase it or something, because if you type it too similar every time, yeah. Electrocution. Hey, tell me how to use powers after your both keys are selected. Please tell me, doodle. You need to have the extra keybinds. That's clearly stated on the download page from our developer. That's an issue on your end because you didn't read the instructions on the download page. So that's why you can't use your abilities, because you didn't read the instructions. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's get into it. All right. We're gonna talk about the map for a little bit here. So I guess we'll zoom out a little bit. I guess we'll start with Harmonious Haven. This is an area I really like. It's in my idea, this is kind of going to be something like, if people don't want a PvP, they can come to Harmonious Haven. You still have to claim your land, you still have factions there, but it's basically people who just want to chill, they want to build, maybe they want to join up with other people. I had an idea. I don't know if it's going to work. It might not work at all, but that's the idea, is that this thing will be kind of like a chill zone. Like if you're not into the raiding or whatever, it'd be harder to raid you if you're one big nation here. You'd be very strong. It'd be hard for other people to raid you. That's just the idea. Obviously, I can't really enforce that, but that was my idea. Okay, I'm going to read comments. Oh, there's a lot. Hi, Steve. I have a question. Is the map bigger? Oh, I don't know what that means. That doesn't, you haven't given me any context on what is it bigger to what. If you're asking, I sent the screenshot, which is the map. It's not like the end of the world here. It's a world border. And I think a lot of you are like, oh, what about the jungles? This is an island. Yes, this is a huge island. I'm not going to give too much details because I don't want to leak too much stuff, but there's islands all around here. So there's islands up here near this jungle. This is a huge jungle island, and this is a huge jungle island. So there's lots of stuff. We will be expanding the map. As we release more and more elements, we will be expanding how the map works and how it interacts with, like, the islands are important, stuff like that. So yeah, these are huge jungle islands, but they're going to be cut off when we start, because when we start, we're going to be trying to focus on this. You can settle here. It's not going to be against the rules or anything. You absolutely could settle here if you'd like, but that's something we're not really enforcing. Hold on, I got to send a Discord message so people know I'm streaming. What do we got? Okay, we got some questions here. Alex Hamilton says, guys, don't forget to like the stream to get us to join. True, thank you. Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream, that'd be awesome. There's 55 of you here, 35 likes. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are, like, excited about these, like, corners, and it's not the corner of the world. As I said, we will be expanding. This will become a whole island, so people can settle behind you and stuff like that. But for the starting bit, yes, that's correct. Will we be able to see borders for each area, or will we have to estimate the borders? You can I mean, they're very clear. The borders are extremely clear because I made this so it's different biomes. You really can't mess this up unless you're intentionally trying. So, like, Storm's Refuge is the plains, right? As soon as it hits the taiga here, it becomes a different zone. We got this here, the Vilevine Forest, which it's the forest, obviously, right? We'll go over why they're named and stuff like that. Molten Peninsula. This is an extremely elevated mesa, I guess, or, like, I don't really know what this biome's called. It'd be very easy to tell. I also think the large ocean to the southeast, I also think you should name... Yes, okay, so that is something I was thinking. If you're curious to how big the world is, this square, you can see right here, that is the size of one chunk. It's not loaded, so, but that's a mistake. But this is an example of what one chunk looks like. So the map is pretty big. It's like 5,000 or 6,000 by 6,000 or something. Orange Manta, I have a problem with my origin. I'm zombified and I don't care. That's sorry, but that's not, like, I'm not helping you with that. Like, that's not me. Like, it's not my mod. That's not part of, or anything to do with the stream at all. Do you think you can name the time frame on how long it would take depending on what happens? Yes, I will be getting to that. Okay, so can we make the map 30k by 30k? Absolutely not. That is unbelievably big. There's no chance that's ever happening. The map that you guys play on the Origins SMP server that I have right now is, you guys aren't even using this much space, okay? In the Origins SMP server that I have live right now, you guys are using like about half of this. You aren't even using the 5,000 by 5,000. Some people, for some reason, in the Origins SMP server we have now go really, really far and they start a colony. But for the most part, the big factions in the Origins SMP right now don't even use half of this map in size. So either you don't understand how chunks work, boring, or you don't understand how big this is, but that's how it works. Yeah, you don't even understand the scope of what you just suggested. We don't even use that now. On the Origins SMP server, if I downloaded it, it might even be smaller than this if I downloaded the server we have right now. I don't think you understand how big of a world you suggest it is. Hi, Steve. Stevorium will only be playable in PC or computer? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna not read the chat for a bit, and I'm gonna go over the map. So if you guys have questions, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's start with an overview, okay? So Harmonious Haven, I do believe I have the filters on and off so I can turn them off. Yeah, so you can see what this is. This is like, I think it's spruce. This is a spruce, like, forest. There's lots of stuff. There's some villages, stuff like that. That's what Harmonious Haven looks like. It's quite large. It's very big, actually. Like, the island itself is pretty big. The Molten Peninsula is going to be one of the hotter biomes. So, for example, the fire element is going to be weak to like rain and a bunch of stuff. So they're probably going to be gunning for the Ancient Isle or the Molten Peninsula, where the rain isn't going to happen. So that's why it's called the Molten Peninsula. It's very hot there. There's some overworld lava, stuff like that. This edge here is very... Let me disable this for a second. This edge along here is extremely high. It's like 50 blocks tall, so it's very hard to attack from like the ocean. If that's something you're considering for like a strategic advantage, setting up at the top of like a cape here would be extremely like beneficial for a war or something like that, because it'd be very hard for people to do that. Okay, and then let's look at the Ancient Isle. So the Ancient Isle is going to be a wait, what did I disable? That's not the Ancient Isle. Here's the... So this is a savanna, also very hot. It's not going to rain here as well, if I believe correctly. Savanna doesn't rain. So this is another one the fire element probably will want to gun for. The big one, these are kind of named roughly after the elements I feel like would be best in them. So the Molten Peninsula and Ancient Isle are probably really good for the fire ones. Storm's Refuge is by far the largest, but as you can see, it's a plains biome. The electric origins are public. If you'd like to see, you can do exclamation point, what's it called, Sparker, and exclamation point Electro, and you can take a look and see what they do. But basically, this is a huge open area. If you're an electric origin, an electric custom origin, one of the electrocutionists or the Sparker, you are going to have free range of the sky here. No one can hide from you. There's very few trees. There are trees, obviously, but there's very few places where people can hide from you. There's water here, so they take double damage, and you do double damage, or not double damage, like 50%, what is it, 25% on all attacks while you're in water. So there's a bunch of ways where you can boost your damage. There's a bunch of ways, that the electric element will really thrive in Storm's Refuge. Doesn't necessarily mean they are forced to be there. It just means they are very strong here. For example, in Storm's Refuge, it's extremely open. There's nowhere to hide. People will just die. If you're anyone but an electric origin, you will be like zapped out of nowhere if you're caught in Storm's Refuge. Whereas if you did that in the forest over here, odds are you will probably be able to duck under the trees and stuff like that. Okay. Oops, 1 second. I don't know what just happened. My thing just... Okay, whatever. Yeah, the map is quite large. So Arborlands here is a... What is this one? Oh, I disabled something else. This is a taiga as well. It's quite diverse in a bunch of materials and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty big. The Arborlands is quite large. It's probably the largest forest biome we have right now. Obviously, I think this jungle one, I guess this is a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure this jungle one over here is very, very large. I think it might be the biggest, but yeah. And then anything else? I guess we didn't really touch on the Vilevine Forest, but this is just pretty much a regular forest. It's pretty flat, nothing too special about it. Lots of resources in this area. Obviously, the nature element is going to do well there. They do well against trees. Sorry, not do well against. They do well when trees are around them, and they do well when flowers are around them. So something like Storm's Refuge, trees are very sparse. They're not all over the place. So it's going to be tough for, a nature one to really thrive in Storm's Refuge. It's absolutely possible. Same with Molten Peninsula, not too many trees. So they're probably going to be sticking to the forest-y areas. So yes, okay, that was the overview of the map. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the map. I'd be happy to answer them now. I think I have a little bit of delay, so I'll wait for you guys to type out your questions. Yeah, boy. What is that? Yeah, boy. If you are not Electro, you will die after a short time or take little damage over time? That doesn't make any sense. If you are not Electro, will you die after a short time or take... Are you saying if you're Electrocutionist, will you take damage in Storm's Refuge? No, absolutely not. These biomes are just themed after the elements that would probably do the best in them. So no, you're not... If you're like a Fire Origin, you walk into Storm's Refuge, no, you're not going to take damage over time. Absolutely not. What types of area are you going to add to the map? Well, they're already in the map. It's not like I will be expanding the map. So this is what the map will be when we initially launch. When we do our first DLC, which is going to be free to everyone, we will expand the map by a certain amount of chunks. And new islands, I'm not going to spoil too much, will load in. So there will be more stuff to look at. Can I make man-made islands? Yeah, I would guess so. Like, there's already super tiny ones all around here, if that's what you mean. You can make islands for sure. I would assume, obviously, you know, it's probably fine. There's quite a few. I guess if you all have the map, you can do it from exclamation point map and stuff like that. But yeah, you should be able to do it. There's little stuff everywhere, but if you do a man-made island in the middle of the ocean and the water element is like close to you, they will just destroy you because you're on your own surrounded by water. You'll be toast. That glaciers isn't a biome to live? Yeah, you could live in the glaciers for sure. It's not named because the ice element isn't in the game quite yet, but when the ice element enters, they're all kind of cut off, so I'm not really naming cut off stuff. So this one goes really far over, kind of over here, the ice one, and this one has a huge kind of circle over here. So I'm not going to name anything that's cut off. I'm not going to name this island here or this island here, even though I know there's way more. Will there be origins in other dimensions, such as the end? Yes. So for the fire guys, they are going to get bonuses while they're in the nether, and they can like swim through lava very quickly like you could normally with water. So yes, but I think for most of them, there's going to be an end god, hopefully. Again, that's very in the future, so I can't really answer that too accurately. If someone were to make an island, I would suggest a dude be able to name it. Well, it wouldn't go on the official map here, but you would be able to name your faction. Yes, if you set up a island, you would claim it, and your name would be shown to anyone nearby. Make an island of ice origin for glaciers. Yeah, that's what these will be for. That is what I just said. Yep. Are the Arborlands in the Velvine Forest the same type of forest? No. The Arborlands are taiga, or what is it called? This type, the one with the podzol and stuff. It's taiga, right? I don't know what that one's called. And then this one is just, I think, a regular... There's no, like, podzol here. It's not that type of biome. So there's this one's way more mountainous. Like, the altitude goes really high. Like, there's huge mountains everywhere. So it's like a mountainy forest area. Do you want to give a blooper of an idea of an origin you have? Yeah, I will be doing a quick thing at the end, or maybe actually through it. I posted the plan on Discord of what I'd like to do for this stream. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the island regions, which we're doing right now. The next thing we're going to talk about is the factions and claims system and what we're thinking about maybe doing to make a more RPG style stuff. Then I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek of the fire element, which has not been... Only our donators know about that, so you're going to know a little bit more about the fire element and their origins. And then I'm going to talk about the approximate launch date for Stevorium, a date we are thinking about like roughly where it would launch. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about today is the undead element, which is going to be the first free DLC for the server. Will there be an underwater city like sort of Atlantis? I didn't build anything. I'm not going to build an underwater city and then an above ground city. So if players would like to build an Atlantis, which they can, I think on our first Origins SMP server, there was a faction literally called Atlantis. Absolutely fair game, for sure. Will there be any water sections? Example, Ocean Sanctuary in the... I don't know what that means. Will there be any water sections? Example, Ocean Sanctuary in the water? There's lots of underwater structures. If you download the map, you can zoom in. There's shipwrecks, there's monuments, there's extra structures from most structures and repurposed structures, so there's even more stuff underwater for people to find. But I don't know what that means specifically, but there's definitely lots of stuff for the water people to explore. Why is Storm Refuge the biggest? I don't know, man. I didn't generate this like every block myself. Storm's Refuge is big. It's a plains biome, so that's just how it is. That's just how the world is. Molten Peninsula has trees? Yes, they do. Like most, what is this biome called? Is it called a mesa? Am I like, I don't even know. I don't know, but yes, there's huge thickets of trees. They have less trees obviously than a forest, but yeah, of course, there's trees, lots of trees, lots of wood, there's lava around, stuff like that. Are the Storms the superior nation because they have the largest land? No, they're just, I don't know why I've said this like 3 times, but Storm's Refuge, yes, the land is big. Anyone can settle there. Absolutely anyone. If you build a house, what is the electric origin going to do to you? If you've seen my videos, which you can do by typing !Sparker or !Electro, you can see that Badlands, people are saying it's called. Okay, Badlands. Anyway, you can see that if you literally have a roof above your head, the electric origin isn't going to be doing much to you. So no, it doesn't mean because, I feel like that's a very simple thing. Like, it doesn't mean because the thing is big, they are the strongest. It just means that's how the world was generated. There's lots of planes here, and there's lots of origins that benefit from the planes. It just happens the electric origins benefit from the Storm's Refuge a little bit more than others. Hey Steve, how are you and Mega doing with the origin elements? Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. I guess I could tell you now, and I'll say it again because I'm sure people will be asking me throughout the stream. Mega has said to me that they expect to be finished with Stevorium at the start of August. So if plans work out, we have literally the last few things we're waiting for is Stevorium and like 1 or 2 other mods. So we're actually very, very close to launching the server. But yes, I think August 1st is a rough idea that you can keep in your head for when it will launch. And then and that's going to come with some other stuff. Oh, there's lots of questions now. Okay, hold on. I think the name is element related, but the place is not exclusive for any element. That is absolutely correct, Risen Silver, 100%. Some of them are, like the Arborlands is named after Arborai, who's the god of nature. You could be in the you could be anywhere here. It just applies to advantages and disadvantages. The Molten Peninsula is hot. If you're a water origin, and Molten Peninsula and Ancient Isle are hot. So if you're a fire origin, if you're a nature origin or a water origin, you are debuffed in hot biomes. So there's just, anyone can settle anywhere. It's just better, and this is a rough suggestion, not even, but like you can use your judgment, just use common sense, and you will be able to figure out where you should probably start. Steve 5, water origins that have water sight like Merlin's can't use BSL shader because it removes their vision. It will only work if it's night vision. Could that be fixed so Aqua players can use BSL? No, that's way beyond my scope. That's actually affecting the shaders itself. That is not in our territory at all. You will have to figure out your own fix for that. If a fire element disciple conquers a island in the official map, will the island appear like pink or orange skin? No. So no, if this doesn't mean why I might be explaining this really badly. Like, so many people seem to not grasp the idea. This is like saying this is this is Canada, this is United States, this is Mexico or something. Just because you settle a town and you maybe conquer another town, it doesn't extend your borders. It just means like that's just not how it works. It's just like I don't know. This is the actually it's better to be described as one big country. So imagine this is all like Canada or something, right? If you conquer another town in Canada, you don't extend Canada's borders. This is like the provinces or the states of like United States. Doesn't work like that. These borders aren't going to change based off where you live. You could be a Fire Nation and settle the top of Storm's Refuge if you wanted to. It doesn't expand the pink. That's not how it works. Boring says, is there going to be any sort of economy on the server? Gold, emeralds, diamonds, etc. Yes, we actually are planning where you have to pay. So you have to go to an admin shop or a spawn, and you have to cash in gold for money, or you can trade it to other players. Oh, I just got a notification from something. Hey, Block Skip, thank you for donating on Ko-Fi. I appreciate that. It means a lot. I'll get to your donation after the server's done. Thank you very much. Yeah, so if you guys donate on Ko-Fi, you'll get a notification. Also, if you subscribe to the channel right now and your subscriptions are public, you will get a pop-up on screen as well, so I can thank you for that as well. I gotta turn down this music, it's a little loud for me. Okay. Okay. Let's read some more stuff. Can I build a Canada flag in Storm's Refuge? Sure. Like, that's what I'm saying. These are just general borders. It's just biomes, really. This is a plains biome, but I'm calling it Storm's Refuge. So that's just, it's just lore. It's just RPG. You don't have to, don't worry about it. Gareth Rogers, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate that. Means a lot. I think the regions are just for lore. It doesn't affect anyone that only wants to play our factions. Yeah, that's correct. The regions are for lore. So you can tell other players, oh, yeah, we're in Storm's Refuge. We're an electrocutionist or an electric element faction. We're in Storm's Refuge. We have a huge castle on, like, the West Ridge or something. It's just to enhance the map experience. So the economy will be like Stoneworks server? Yeah, pretty much. Like, you pay to get claim blocks. You have to actually work, and you can expand your claims, and you can give claim blocks to other players. So you could make a huge nation and do sub-claims inside the nation for, like, towns or, like, just buildings. So yeah, you could do like a huge civilization or something up here if you wanted to, or like actually really like this. Like, if you work together, you could claim like this whole part, and you could set up an empire. And you can do that. So you should have the money if you work together. Get gold, diamonds, iron. They all have different selling prices. Afford new claim blocks, claim more land, stuff like that. Will the server support cracked players? Nope. No, it's a sponsored server, so it's premium. I don't control that. How about the Death Origins? They don't have a giant cave biomes or something to live in, and what are they called? Death Origins will not be released in the base game. Furry subscribing on YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Death Origins aren't going to be there when the game launches. They're going to be the first DLC, which means Mega and I have been working very, very hard. Derpstar, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So the Death Origins are going to be released like a few weeks once we finish. We want to take a break, right? We finished these huge 4 elements, and we did the map. Mega especially definitely deserves a break. Then once we're ready to get back into gear, we will be releasing the Death element, and that will come out probably a few weeks after we launch the server. So instead of you waiting until the end of the year to get Stevorium, you're going to be waiting till August, and you'll be able to play Stevorium, and then you're going to wait 1 month and get the Death element or something like that. So you're going to get it in the same amount of time, in fact sooner than waiting. The color on the regions is just to make sure you know each land's names to know it is different from one another. Absolutely correct. Yes, it is just for lore reasons. It's just to read the map. It's to identify to other players, oh, we have an empire in the Arborlands. Oh, we have a colony in Molten Peninsula. Can I make YouTube videos of Stevorium for my channel? Yeah, for sure. The only place you'll be able to like play them on the server is this server. So yes, you'd have to whitelist to get on the server, and yes. Pika Bradley, thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate subscribing on YouTube. Yeah, if I get to 5,000, I don't know if you can tell, but my favorite number is 5. If we get to 5,555 subscribers, I will do a face reveal. AK47, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate that. Does the water origin that can live on land get abilities that are offensive, defensive, or mobility? That's a good question. So the water origin, as it's called the Terrahydron, and that water origin can live on land and in water. They can breathe perfectly in both. However, the one that can breathe on land and in water is kind of like having a foot in both. What's it called? Sitting on the fence, right? So they're not really their ultimate ability is actually called Master of None, which just gives them stats. They don't really have bonuses, offensive or defensive, specifically for land or water, since you can do both. So that's kind of the design we had. Will beta testers have their progress saved, or are they going to be stress testing the server in early access? No, you will have your building saved, you'll have your claims saved, you'll have everything saved. If you donate legendary or godly, which is $10 or $25, you will be able to play on the server 5 days before everyone else, or 3 to 5 days, depending on how well the server launches. If you donate legendary or godly through the Ko-Fi link in the description, or you can do !donate, you will be able to play basically half a week to a week before the other players. They're not even going to be whitelisted, so it's just going to be the donators for the first week or so. Can the water origin shoot water beam? I assume that means beam, and they have a move called water pulse. So it's a water pulse. It's not a specific beam, but it's kind of like a pulse. What god are you planning to release next? That's going to be the fire ones, which I'll go over, actually. You know what? I'll do a little sneak peek for you guys for the fire origins. Let's take a look. Let me open up this one over here so I can copy and paste a few things. So this roughly is what the this is what the common traits will look like. I'm just waiting for the screenshot to come through. Okay, so this is what the common traits of the fire element will look like. So it's the god's name is Magmite. Green obviously means good. Yellow means there's a good plus side and a downside. Orange means like nothing. It's just like this is, for example, is a particle effect. And then these are the two downsides. So this that you're seeing, this screenshot, is from the donator exclusive Google Doc. So no one can see this. The donators have full access to this. The godly donators, I should say, have full access to this. But you guys are going to have to be, if you don't donate, you'll have to get the information at the same time as everyone else. Excuse me, I burped. Will there be a system of like peace treaties for factions? Yeah, so I'm going to talk about that next after we finish talking about Magmite. We're going to talk about how the server should work. Should we use factions? Should we do like anarchy style? God, I keep burping. Hold on. Excuse me. Will farms be banned? Because that would make sense to work. Well, there's options where we can disable stuff like mobs can't drop gold. You must like mine gold. But to answer that question. Okay, so let's go over this. So this is Magmite. He's the god of fire, lava, and war. If you pick to become a disciple of Magmite, these are the bonuses you get. Fire immunity, obviously. You're immune to all types of fire damage. Blazes are also neutral to you. Lava swimmer, you can swim much faster and see clearer under lava. So that would mean basically like swimming underwater. Like it's almost perfect vision while swimming in lava. And keep in mind these are, what's the term? Temporary. These could change. It could be possible that it's impossible to code hot body or something like that. That's absolutely possible. Hydrophobia, obviously everyone knows what hydrophobia is. You take extra damage from all water attacks. Hot body, anything below diamond level armor melts right off your bodies, which means you basically can't wear any early game armors. You can't wear leather, you can't wear chainmail, you can't wear iron, you can't wear gold. You have to wear diamond, netherite, or the better end armor. I forget what that one's called. Okay, I'm going to read some more questions. Looks like we got a lot. Are we allowed to build... Oops, what did I just do? Are we allowed to build mob farms? I would assume so. We're going to take stuff out of the loop table. So if we want gold to be the currency, you're not going to be able to farm gold from zombies. It's just, they're not going to drop it. So if we will consider that when we start the server, we'll say, what drops do we not want mobs to drop? Gold, iron, stuff like that will be probably banned. And not banned, because you can try. So if you make an iron golem farm, you can do that. They're just not going to drop iron ingots, like something like that. Which god is considered the main antagonist? The fire god is pretty not a nice guy, but I would say the undead god is probably going to be considered the main villain of the story. After fire, okay, so the elements we plan on releasing, I'm going to type this out so people can... So, Stevorium, on launch, is going to have the electric element, obviously, which you've all seen. You're going to see the fire element, which I've just posted a sneak peek. This is just the common traits. You should be familiar with what common traits are. I'm not going to go over them. They're basically abilities for all of the... This is not Origin specific. This is just the god. These are abilities you get from the god. The next one is going to be water, which is Aquata, who's the goddess of the sea. And then the last one will be nature, who is Arbori, who's the god of nature and stuff like that. So those are going to be the ones when we launch. Those are going to be the 4 elements that are there. That means there are 2 origins per element. So there's a total of 8 selections. All of them evolve, and all of them have ultimate abilities. Is Aquata good or bad in lore? She's good, I would say. She's one of the nicer gods for sure. She's all about like let me read her description. A distant descendant of the goddess Aquata, the lady of water, clarity, and strength. Roam the oceans with your school and search for lost cities of your ancestors. Aquata preaches of clarity but also strength. Defend your lands with the power of the tides and the strength of the current. So that is Aquata's description. I would say that's probably very, like, you know, paladin-like, like very just and friendly, kind of. Hey, Tristan, thank you for donating through Super Chat. I appreciate that. Steve, take all my money. Oh, I don't want to take all your money. Also bought you Ko-Fi. Thank you. Appreciate that. I didn't see the notification for that unless you... Huh. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that after. I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Will the server have live events occasionally? Absolutely, yes. We plan on doing big events. When we release a new element, like when we release the death element, there'll be a huge thing where it's like you can fight and do like these big events, and if you win, you get a free origin swap to the new element. Will there be an NPC mod for the NPC? No, probably not. I death origin and be nice and give life? Yeah, for sure. You can roleplay as whatever. Just because you pick the undead elements and their god is not necessarily a good god or like nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could do whatever you'd like. Let me zoom out so everyone can see like this thing in the full beauty. Like that. Okay, sure. What origin element will you showcase next? If you can know, fire. That is likely what we will be doing. Is next is the Magmite, which is the one I showed up here. This is just the common traits. The origin traits I'm not going to leak. You're going to have to wait for the video for that. Will the donators' origin switches convert to Stevorium? Will the donators' origin switches convert to Stevorium? Yes, if you donated, you get, like, say, 5 origin swaps. Those will completely refresh once we get to Stevorium. So not only will they switch and convert, they will be, you're going to be completely free. Those are going to be free for you to, you just get, if you use 3 out of 5, once we load up Stevorium, you're back to 0 out of 5. So you can just go ahead. Wait, when it launches, there is no undead. If I choose something else and then undead releases, can I somehow switch origins, or do I have to wait to be undead? Wait, I don't understand this question. Of course you would have to wait. If it's not in the game yet, yeah, of course you'd have to wait. I don't understand the question. It sounds like you're asking, do I have to wait for the undead to be released if it's not released? And the answer is yes. If you're wondering, like, specifically the orb of origin, we have a custom mod that lets you craft the orb. So you can craft it at any time. So you could work really hard, get an orb of origin, get ready for the drop, swap as soon as the undead element comes out. Absolutely fine. Can there please be an NPC mode? Please. I don't know what that means. Like, I would say no. I don't even know what that is. It's the economy and the empires and the lore of the server is primarily going to be driven by players. We're not going to do NPCs and stuff like that. The players are going to run how the server goes, and, you know, notable empires and stuff like that will maybe make it into videos that I make where it's like, you know, this empire from the ancient isle completely took over the Molten Peninsula or something like that. Like, you know, it's very lore driven. It's going to be completely run by the players. Can you give us a time frame of when the server will be out? Yeah, I said it earlier, but I'm gonna have to say it probably a lot this stream. Oh, my $20. Thank you so much. That's one of our mods. I really appreciate that. That is extremely generous. You did not have to do that. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Yeah, did someone say Steve give Steve all your money? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you. I forget the question I was asking. Someone asked me something earlier. Can you use a time frame the server will be out? August 1st. That is what our developer has told us we'd likely be done by August 1st. The server will be launched. Hey Steve, if you want to join the server and start building, but we want to choose a god coming later, like Undead God, could we get an indecisive origin? No. You will have to pick an origin, farm for an orb of origin. They're not too expensive. There's some netherite, some diamonds, emeralds, stuff like that, shulker shell. Make an orb of origin. No, you cannot make an undecisive. No. What origin consider a glass cannon? That's something like the electrocutionist, I would say. Exclamation mark electro in the chat if you'd like to see that video, or exclamation point sparker. The electrocutionist is extremely high damage, extremely high speeds, stuff like that. So they're very mobile and they do lots of damage. You can like kite your enemies by like running backwards and throwing lightning bolts at them, all that stuff. I'm interested in the air element origins. I haven't seen you mention it yet. Is it going to be a DLC after Death Origin? That's absolutely correct. The DLC is going to be after the end. Ender, oh my god, 10 pounds. Jeez. Thank you. That's generous. That's like $15 my currency, so I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much, Ender. Yeah, if you guys subscribe to me, like press the subscribe button, and your subscriptions are public, I just saw Nightbot say that, you will pop up on screen, so I can thank you personally for subscribing to me. And at 5,555 subscribers, we will be doing a face reveal. No one knows what I look like. The air origins, which I was saying, yeah, the air origins are planned. A general idea of them has been made. The element, I should say, not the specific origin. So we definitely, people are saying, do you have a flying origin? Yes, the air origin, one of them is going to be like an elytra, very similar to how the elytrian works, and one of them is going to be like a cloud, and one of them is going to be able to float up and down, kind of like a cloud would. Are there going to be custom armor enchantments, tools? Yes. So we have stuff like if you're a fire origin and you want to go underwater, you can enchant your gear with water protection, which means you're safe. You don't take damage from being in water, stuff like that. So there's definitely enchantments for the origins to help bring them up to par if they are going to attack another origin in a certain area. Are you going to do lore streams? Well, actually, this weekend, I have to go up to a cabin, so I will be typing up a lot of lore there, and then I will probably be doing videos on it, so people can watch and just, like, listen to it in the background, kind of like a podcast. Are you going to make a video on all the elements for people can choose before? Yes. So all the electric origins are live right. Sorry, the entire electric element is live right now. So you can do Electro in the chat or Sparker in the chat, and those will give you the links for the videos. You can watch those. The entire electric element is out. The fire element hopefully will be in a week or so, then water, then nature. So yes, they will all be out. You'll be well educated on what they do, their strengths, their weaknesses, stuff like that. So you'll definitely be well versed on what you'd like to pick before we get into it. Are there going to be custom magic spells? I don't know what that means. I would say no. I mean, all the origins have their own spells. So, like, some of them have ranged attacks, some of them don't. So, no. Joby, thank you so much for the donation. Could we get a voice chat mod for localized in-game communication? Yes, I think with all the money I've been donated, I am going to upgrade the server to something that can handle voice chat. So yes, we will be doing something like that for sure. What zone is for what origin class? Okay, you're not required to spawn in any of these. So for example, Storm's Refuge is a huge plains biome, right? So if you pick an electric origin, you're going to be able to dominate pretty much anyone who's not electric origin, since there's no real trees, there's nowhere to really hide, and there's water around, which means you get the electric origins get stronger when they're in water. So this doesn't mean you have to be here. You could be an electrocutionist or an electric origin and go to the Molten Peninsula. You're not forced to go anywhere. These are just general ideas of what would be strong. The Arborlands has a lot of trees and a lot of flowers and a lot of stuff like that. The nature element is good in the Arborlands, Vilevine Forest, Storm's Refuge. Electrocutionists are probably the best in Storm Refuge. Molten Peninsula and Ancient Isle are probably the fire elements. Obviously, we have these huge oceans, which I have yet to name. Probably, I might do a contest and people can submit their names for the oceans, which will be water. Obviously, the water element will be over here. And then Harmonious Havens, just kind of like, it's just a regular forest, so anyone can kind of chill and do whatever they want there. That's kind of like neutral grounds. I don't think it's 1.17. It is 1.17. Stevorium will be in version 1.17. Can there a player make a origin in the SMP and play? I don't know what that means. I have no idea. I would assume you're saying can you make an origin, like a custom origin, and put it into the server? No, I would say. I don't know. I don't really understand the question. It's not really understand what it says. I'd recommend a mod called Simple Voice Chat. Yep, that's the one we're planning on using. Absolutely. Where is spawn? Spawn is probably going to be right here in this crater. When spawn is put here, there will be little options for you to TP out or teleport out. You'll be able to like teleport right away from spawn. If you want to start in the Arborlands, you can. You can teleport right up to the Arborlands. You can teleport to Storm's Refuge, the Forest, Molten Peninsula, Harmonious Haven, and Ancient Isle. So you'll right away be able to teleport to any of these places. This stuff over here that people are interested in settling, that's absolutely fair game, but there's no teleport for that. So you're probably going to have to go up to like Storm's Refuge and then sail a boat and try and be the first one there to claim it, because these areas are pretty small. So the teleports in the spawn are only going to be for these ones that are actually already highlighted. Will there ever be dungeon raid events? I am not quite sure what you mean by that. That is pretty vague. I would say there will be events going on for sure, PvP events, stuff like that all the time. So I don't know if that fits in that category. Sir Krylot says, how did you come up with the base idea for this project? I got bored of Origins. I like the idea a lot of Origins and what they can offer to the play experience. But I found it lacking and boring, and some of them were very strong, but had very little flavor to them. And the best and most interesting Origins I found were the ones that were custom created by creators. So I figured, well, why don't I just do something that no one has done before, make something that's themed and it's custom, and the map has been made, the story has been made, something that that's never really been done before, because that's what I am interested about. So that is how I came up with the idea. Does the server work with mods or data packs? Both. Stevorium is a data pack, so anyone will be able to download it and put it on their server or whatever, but it also uses mods. It's also a mod pack. Hello, Steve. Hey, Yoink My Cookie. How you doing? Will you change the map as you begin to add new Origins? Yes. So as I said, this is a huge jungle island, and this up here is a huge jungle island. Also, these glaciers are huge as well. These will be expanded upon. As we release an Origin, we will increase the world border. Next Origin, increase the world border. The map will constantly be getting larger. Can you tell us what the undead Origins will be like what their inspirations are? Yeah, well, our donators came up with it. The undead Origins are, one of them is going to be based on the soul, so similar to what the Phantom is like, and one of them is going to be based on body, undead flesh and stuff like that. They're going to be like a necromancer, being able to summon undead to help you. Are there going to be luck potions? They give better luck with loot tables. I think there is luck potions, actually. I think Mega did program or put in a mod to do something like that. C5 has a suggestion for an ocean named Susan. Susian. Red Sus Among Us. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, I might do a contest. Maybe the viewers can submit a name for these oceans, because this is a huge area. I was just going to do the South Ocean and the North Ocean, East and West, but that's really boring. So maybe we'll do something like that where the viewers will take a name or something like that, and the best name gets a prize or something like that. Can you install the Epic Combat and Smart Moving mod for mobility, parkour, and combat? No, we will not be doing that. Steve, do you like potatoes? Yeah, pretty good. I just had fries today, actually. Okay, the Shedrak guy keeps spamming the same comment when it's not answered immediately, so I'm going to time him out for that, or them out for that. You only need to send it once, and this is the fourth time you've done that. Okay. What can you tell us about the design philosophy behind the different Origin elements? Did you aim to make most of the Origin pairs complementary? Yeah, so there's a lot of really good synergies. For example, the water and nature go really well together. Water and electricity go really well together, but not the other way. Electric Origins do a lot of damage to water Origins, but water can be used to support the electric Origins and make them do more damage. Same with the nature Origins. They also do extra damage while they're wet. We basically wanted to give players, all of you, the freedom to pick whatever origins, whatever elements you want and make your teams. However, if you pick bad combinations, you will suffer. If you pick water and fire, it's not really going to work out. If you pick lightning and water, it's also kind of okay, kind of not. Fire and nature is not going to do great because the pyromancer has an ability where it sets every entity around it on fire. So you just end up killing your own things. So we gave people the freedom to pick whatever combinations they want. However, some will be strong, some will be wet. So if you organize your some will be strong and some will be weak. So if you organize your faction and your team really well, you will be stronger and you will notice how much better synergy you are compared to other factions, and you'll be able to take them down. You'll be able to fight them, and you'll be able to take them down because you will have a better created team. Which elements are meant to be more casual, more based on survival than PvP? The nature origins. The treant is very tall. It's like an extra block tall and has extra reach, good for building. And the floraling, which is the other nature element, is short, kind of like the inchling, and they support each other. So when they're near trees, they get like buffs, and when one's near flowers, they get buffs, and they buff off each other. So if you're just trying to hang out with some friends and one of you goes treant, one of you goes floraling, you'll have a good time. That's pretty casual and good synergy. A bad combo is fire and nature. Yes. TV Rex, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate that. Yeah, if any of you guys aren't subscribed and you subscribe now, you will be able to... your thing will pop on the screen, and I can thank you personally. What element will go with the death undead element? That's a good question. Probably water. The dead and undead elements, they can't drown, so they can hang out underwater with like water elements and stuff like that. They also don't need food to survive either. They have like unlimited hunger because they are undead. So probably undead and water have some pretty good... you can make some pretty strong teams with those two. Is the IP public? Yeah, it is. You can see it on the top. It is public right now, but I should warn you, the server is not this right now. This is what's going to happen in early August. So this is a development stream for the upcoming plans. Hi, Steve. What's your favorite game except Minecraft? I don't know. I play Hearthstone a lot. I'm a semi-professional Hearthstone player, so I get paid by my school to play Hearthstone. It's not exactly a fun, or it used to be fun, but that's what I play a lot. So yeah. Sir Krylot says, how big is the team working on the project in all aspects, like story-wise, development-wise, etc.? I design everything, and Mega codes the origins. So that's a huge project from both. It's basically two people are doing it. Hey Dan, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. At 5,555 subscribers, I will do face reveal. But yeah, to answer your question, Sir Carla, it's just two of us. So I pretty much write everything out, all the story, all the design for all the origins and elements, and I give it to Mega to code. Some will be strong and some will be wet. Yeah, I know. I saw someone type wet, and I said wet instead of weak. I know, I saw that. That was, yes, that's a quote out of context for sure. Like a tune, the height difference in one element is a cool idea. Yeah, a lot of people like inchling or like playing like the custom origins we have now, like chameleon and frogling. A lot of people like the short stuff. A lot of people like the tall stuff. So if you like either of those, you can join the nature, and you're gonna have your cup of tea will be filled there. The dead should have poison stuff, not gonna lie. They do. Or I don't want to spoil too much, but they do have disease damage. One of them does. That's kind of like their thing. Is the server we have now going to be turned into Stevorium? Are we getting a new server? The server we have now will be turning into Stevorium. So the server we have now is sponsored, and I can't afford a server so I'm going to upgrade the server. It's 12 gigabytes right now. When August rolls around, I'm upgrading it to like an $80 plan. And since I'm partnered with Bisect Hosting, I'm going to get 50% off, and then that is going to become the Stevorium server. Wouldn't Death, Nature, and Aquatic Origins be a super good combo? Death and Nature, no. Death does a lot of extra damage to Nature because it can like wilt plants and stuff like that. So no, Death and Nature are not synergistic. After face reveal, would you do streams with face cam? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be interesting. I saw Furry's comment. I'm not reading that. I'm not falling into that trap. Nature stuff having vine traps would be super cool. Yeah, nature has the nature element. I'm gonna go. This is the fire element, a sneak peek of basically 30% of the fire element in case you missed it. So we already went over this a while ago, but some of you might be new tuning in here, so you can take a read. Nature has some vine whip kind of stuff. For sure. If there's a tall but not slow origin, I'd be interested. The treants are tall and they are not slow unless you're in extreme heat. Like if you are in the Molten Peninsula or the Ancient Isle, you will be hot and you'll be slow. So obviously I would assume you would not be there if you're a treant. You would try and like stick to the forests like Vilevine or the Arborlands. But yeah. Have there been any past issues where any of the abilities or powers just can't be coded? Because that happens to me too many times. I don't know. Mega's pretty good. We've thrown a lot of like crazy ideas at Mega, and they've been able to like pretty much meet every single one we have. I think one of the trickiest ones is actually gonna be this one right here, which is called Lava Swimmer, which basically means you're like, you know, swim under lava, you can see perfectly, you swim like you're underwater. That might be, I think they said that's going to be a tough one. But other than that, I had an idea for one of the water ultimate abilities, and Mega told me that they don't think that's possible, so I had to redo that one. Hey, we need 10 more likes for 100. Oh, I didn't even realize we almost had 100 likes on the stream. That's crazy. Wow, 87 viewers. That's wild. That is crazy. Thank you guys so much for that. I can't believe there's so many people interested in this project. It really means a lot. I would stream more often, honestly, if it wasn't because I, you know, worked full time. But wow, thank you. Can you explain a bit about the Sea origin? Sure. I don't want to leak too much because that one's still in development. I don't think it's even started to be coded. The Sea element has one origin that is extremely good underwater, similar to what you would think a Merling is, like very good underwater, nothing can match it. And the other origin is called the Terrahydron. The underwater one that plays basically completely underwater is called the Submerged. The Submerged is like the Merling with more bonuses. They're very, very strong. They can basically play underwater and be pretty much the strongest thing in the world underwater. The Terrahydron can breathe on land and in water. So they kind of have a foot in both, what's the term? A foot in both pools, a foot in both, I don't know what the term is, to have like a bit of both. They've kind of got the best of both worlds, but they aren't great. Like they aren't great at one thing. Like they have bonuses to being underwater, and they also have bonuses to being on land, but they don't have crazy bonuses for underwater. They don't have crazy bonuses for on land. So they're kind of like a middle of the road thing. And it's like, if you want to chill with some water homies, you can do that. If you want to go on land, chill with some people, you can do that as well. So they're kind of like, if people are undecided, they kind of want a bit of both, and something that's kind of like a jack of all trades, that's the choice. I missed a subscription there. TLH Providence, thank you very much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Wow, we had 107 likes. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's so weird to think about. The 100 likes. Thank you guys for that. That means a lot. Lava swimming is very easy to make with the Origins data-driven powers, so don't worry, they'll totally get it. Okay, yeah, I hope so. I think that was something we asked. A lot of the donators put a lot of input into this stuff, and input on abilities and stuff like that. So we all kind of contact Mega. We see what's possible, and if Mega says it's good, then we include it. So we definitely have a lot of eyes to help design. And I shouldn't take all the credit. I definitely do a lot, like 90% of the design. But the donators can see it, and they can give suggestions. And if they like the suggestion, then yeah. then we put it in. So there was a lava ability. Actually, I'll leak one. I'll leak a lava ability. Hold on. Let me leak one. You guys hit 100 likes. I'll do something special. Okay. I will leak one. And this one is the Pyromancer's ultimate ability. I'll leak two. I'll leak two abilities here. Okay. Oops. So add a new layer. I don't know how this works. Here. Boom. Okay. This is the Pyromancer. So this is an origin of the fire element. And these are their last two abilities. Their Inferno is the ultimate ability, and Cleansing Flames is just something they can unlock. Cleansing Flames is being ignited, gives you speed 1 and regeneration. So a Pyromancer is like a fire mage, so they're going to have less hearts, and they're going to be a little more squishy, but they're going to have a lot of movement, a lot of damage. Inferno is ignite all enemies around you in an 8-block radius. This includes yourself, enemies, and allies. So this was, I believe, help designed by some of our donators. This is obviously, if you're pairing up with a bunch of fire origins, igniting allies is very good, right? You buff your other fire allies. Now, if you have allies that are from the nature element, that's not going to be great because you're going to light your friends on fire and you can kill them very quickly because they are weak to fire. And then, so yeah, and yourself, obviously, because you get bonuses for being on fire. So obviously the fire element, all of them have a lot of bonuses and stuff, but yeah, so by being on fire. So yeah, that's a leak, a little leak there for the Pyromancer, which is the fire kind of mage of the fire element that has never been seen before by the public. So this is the first time anyone, well, donators can see this, but non-donators, this is yeah. I'm just scrolling up a little bit because I see a lot of you are like hyping up the leak, so I'm just going to read some comments that I may have missed. Did Steve announce when the project will be released yet? August 1st. Gareth Rogers says, will any of the origins have a powerful jump-like ability? Yeah, the one of the air origins will be able to like launch themselves while they're in the air and stuff like that. Steve, check Discord. What happened? Oh, is this the picture I'm supposed to look at? Oh, what is this? Oh my god. That's funny. I can't show it on stream though, because I have like just my window set up weird, but that's I'll take a look at that after. Okay. What else we got? How are you going to stop people from making flying TNT duping bombers and ginormous mob farms and resource farms, etc.? Well, the claims mod that we're thinking about using, it just will not work. You cannot, it just won't work. That is the answer. It has been disabled purposefully. You can't do that. Can players install their own mods for their own gameplay? Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Is there an origin that has the capabilities of stealth? Kind of. Some origins have... I don't want to leak too much, but I would say we are planning on doing like a Loki-style element, like a trickery and shadows and stuff like that. That's going to be based a lot on stealth and stuff like that. What else we got? I wanted to talk about some other stuff. What was I going to say? Okay. The factions claim system. Okay, so there was a civil war in the comments of the Discord yesterday about what kind of system we would use to claim land. You can do !Discord in the chat if you want to join the Discord or see that conversation. But basically we had a vote. And the vote was they either wanted factions or they wanted claims. And the problem is we don't really have a good factions mod. And I will open up this so we can take a look. So this is one of the things I had already pulled up. It's the factions mod we were thinking about maybe using. But it's pretty bare bones. There's not too much stuff here. We don't know how reliable it is because we already used like a colony system. And then we've got, what's the other one? Flan, which is, this works with gunpowder, which is the economy one, which is why I'm leaning more towards Flan, because we can schedule wars between people and the moderators can, like, you know, see stuff like that. So they can moderate, they can schedule wars, all that stuff. So this paired with gunpowder would be pretty cool. But we had basically, yeah, an entire war about what everything does. I will send the links for these so you guys can check them out if you'd like. So here is the factions one. And here is Flan, which is the claims one. And then here is gunpowder, which is the economy one. Now, gunpowder only works with Flan. So that's what Stoneworks. Someone said Stoneworks. That is similar. What we need gunpowder and Flan to do something like Stoneworks. Oops, what is this? Oh. So those are that's the stuff. Also, I just absolutely hate claiming, so I hope it doesn't come down to that. Well, factions you claim, I don't understand. Of course, there's going to be claiming. Like, that question is kind of weird. I hope it doesn't come down to claiming. Factions is claimed. That, like, what we have right now is claiming. And then the claiming system is claiming. And then the only thing that wouldn't be claimed is anarchy, which we probably, I would say, will not do. It was the least popular vote by a mile. Anarchy is, I would say, there's a 1 or 2% chance of anarchy happening. Like, it's very low. I doubt we would ever do that because so many people voted against it, and very few people are, a lot of people are for a claiming system, either factions or claiming. Will there be an element based off animals? I don't know. I don't think so. Can the fire guy have the ability to fly? What does that mean? Like this? Any of the fire elements burn off regular elytras, but you can wear armored elytras, which are from Better End. But no, they're obviously not going to be able to fly. Like, they're not /fly or any creative mode or anything like that. No. What I find it annoying is when I try to mine a tree and it says I have to claim it from someone else. Yep, that is how claims work. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. Yep. Yoink My Cookie says, what's anarchy? It means no rules. It means, like, you could log off and then you could come back on and your house would be completely destroyed. There's no claiming. There's no nothing. It's just word of mouth. It's like, oh, if you attack us as the Empire, we'll find you and kill you. But there's really, if you are all logged off, someone could just log on, mine down your whole base, loot all your chests. There's no factions, no claiming, nothing. That's what anarchy means. Are fire and earth as elements going to be the same thing? What? Why would fire and earth be the same element? Are fire and earth as elements going to be the same thing? I must be misreading that because no, there's no way. No, they're completely different. Oh, my bad. Nature and earth. Oh, no. Earth is, there's a lot of pros for like mining and stuff like that, like breaking blocks be under sea level. No, they're very different. Are you thinking about adding origins that are not planned yet, like coming up with more as the server goes? Yes. So we're doing DLCs. So we're launching with 4 elements, which include 2 origins each. The elements work like this. So there's 4 elements on launch. Each element's going to have 2 elements. Then we're going to do our first DLC launch, which will be Mutanus, which is the god of death. That will have 2 elements, 2 origins as well. So yes, lots of expansion to be had. How do I install Origins mod? This is not the place to ask, my guy. Like, you gotta figure that out on your own. For future polls, I think a better idea would give people multiple votes. Everybody votes for the same thing, and then vote for the stuff and not vote for the stuff they can't stand. I guess so. That's something I could do. I'd probably end up doing a video on this to figure out if we're going to use Flan or Fabric. But Flan works really well with an economy, which I kind of want on this server. I want people to have to pay for land. and, you know, pay for upkeep and stuff like that. I don't want it to just be everyone spawns in with like 20 chunks, which is like what it's on the server right now. If you log onto the Origins server right now, you spawn in with like 15, 20 chunks to claim for free. So you can just claim around somebody's base, log off, and never log back on, and you could just like, you could grief with it for sure. This adds more barriers to entry, but it's more rewarding. So if you set up a gold mine, you set up miners, you set up an empire, it's more beneficial for the economy and how the server works. Like empires are hard to you know, achieve and stuff like that. What else? I'll read some more questions. Steve, will there be any newer elements down the line, like Earth or Wind? Yep, absolutely. Guys, remember mods silenced me because I said sheesh? I don't think it was the mods. It's probably Nightbot. Nightbot auto-detects spam. So if you guys are being muted for like something that seems like not too bad, it's probably Nightbot. It's probably not one of the mods. Will the server have evolving origins? Every single origin is evolving. Every single one. Like, look, so here's a leaked ability. It's Cleansing Flames. You have to make Blaze Powder. You don't get this when you start. Inferno, kill the Ender Dragon. This is an ultimate ability. Every single origin, you have to evolve to get your stuff. So yes, every single one is an evolving origin. An origin should be able to boost with the Elytra unlimitedly, like with rockets. Yeah, that is the plan. If with the Elytra one, we'll have like the Frogling. If you guys remember the old stream I did with when we tested the Frogling, where it could jump in Elytra flight, it's gonna be very similar to that. I always think having to make faction just to claims is a bit weird. Why can't we claim something for yourself and something for your faction? Although I know this is a mod problem. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. What if the origins were like Minotaurs or Medusa? Well, that's like a mob. That's like a boss, like a monster. But I don't know. Will there be a Wither origin? Probably not. There'll be an End origin, and like there are already some Nether-based origins, so unlikely. What's your favorite element, Steve? Probably nature. I've always been a fan of like grass types and Pokemon and stuff like that. Grass and ground. But I would say it's going to be nature on launch, and then what I will probably stick with is the earth element once we get to that. Steve, you've been streaming for 1 hour and 18 minutes. Make sure you don't ruin your time management. No, I got all Sunday off. I said this one... Oh, burped again, man. Sorry. I figured this one would be longer than normal because we just got so much content to go through. Would electric and fire work well together? Not really. They don't work bad together. I suppose the electric... I don't know. Because a lot of the damage from a lightning strike is the residual flame damage after. So if you hit someone with a bolt of lightning, they're going to take the 5 damage. But then if you say, like, you light the pyromancer on fire, they now have regeneration. So it's going to be slightly harder for like lightning to kill someone. Unless it's raining, then they can't be on fire or something like that, but something like that. I don't think they would work specifically well together. Will there be more origins for existing elements? Will there be... Oh, like 3 origins. Yeah, that's something I was thinking about. It would have to... You'd have to determine how much work that would take, but that is absolutely like 3 origins for an element instead of 2, for sure. How long do you think Stevorium will last? Hopefully a while. I think there's a lot of people who are interested in the project, interested in the map, interested in the evolving origins and all these new abilities. So hopefully we will have enough propulsion to keep us going. Will the undead be healed by instant damage potions and damaged by instant healing? I never thought about that. That is a good point. Maybe I should write that down. I would assume so. That's a good idea, and I did not have that. How much gold per claim chunked and how much for upkeep? No idea. We don't even know how much stuff is being sold for. So I can't answer that. We don't know the monetary values of anything. How big will the map be? Well, this is the map. It is 6,000 by 6,000. It's quite large. I don't know if like I can zoom in here. Okay, this is what 1 chunk. This is the size of 1 chunk. This black square is 1 chunk. So this is how big the thing is. So it's quite large. Lots of little islands as well. Stuff on the borders that you could go explore. It's quite large. Will there be a potion-oriented origin? No, there's already a potion-oriented class, which is the cleric. So no, we wouldn't do that. Do they evolve when you kill the wither? So far, none of them evolve when you kill the wither. No, they have easier challenges than that, like make blaze powder. But the hardest one is always going to be the ender dragon. We might do one like for the nether-based one if we get to that, where it's kill the wither, or like collect wither skulls. But right now, that's not a challenge for any of them. Favorite Pokemon? My first Pokemon game was, I started with Turtwig and Torterra. I know it's objectively the worst of the starting in the Sinnoh region, but that is probably my favorite. What do we use to open the server? Fabric or Forge? Fabric. Oh, God. Yeah, sorry if you guys are getting muted. I'll have to tune the bot, but the bot is muting a lot of people for capitals and spamming the same message. If you say the same message 2 or 3 times, you'll be muted. Sorry about that. Just a suggestion for the fire origin you already showed us. You might want to add an ability like flint and steel after making it. That way the electrocutions it has an what? You flint and steel after making it. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. Sorry. What kind of speed are we getting from golden pickaxes? What speed? I have no idea what that's in reference to. What elements will synergize well with the air element? I don't know. I think it was my design where the air element is kind of like its own thing. It's not really weak to anything. It's not really strong to anything. It would probably be strong to fire because air can put out fire. And it would be weak to something like lightning. Like if you strike down, if you're able to somehow hit a flying origin with a lightning bolt, they would probably just die like very quickly or instantly. So that's just off the top of my head. Hey Steve, what is your favorite god so far? My favorite god that we've designed so far is Arbori. Arbori is, what's the term? Asexual. And it like plants can produce with themselves. So it gave a lot more freedom for like, you know, how it operates and how you could make stuff, like how you could make the origins work with each other and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool. That was probably my favorite design ones in like story and stuff. About the healed by instant damage thing, when you assign an origin to a certain mob group like the undead, they automatically acquire the characteristics of the mob group so certain it's possible. Okay, that's good news. I hope Mega heard that and he knows what's going on there. Least favorite Pokemon? Least favorite? I don't know. Probably something stupid like Bidoof or... I don't know. There's lots of ones I'm not too... A lot of people are typing Spanish. What the... I don't know what that means, sorry. Will you make DLC updates that adds more ways to evolve for existing origins? Probably not. No. That is something that would be very hard to implement because if you spawn back in, you would reset to 0. So probably not. The undead origins could have something like collect a wither skull. Yeah, that is a planned thing. So yes, that is when people were asking about the wither, that's what I meant. Electric origin, gold tool buff. What kind of buffs are we looking at? I think it's equivalent if you make it. So you have to craft it. It is equivalent to like iron or diamond, and it never breaks. So it just mines faster, and it has unlimited durability, and it can mine most things. So it's basically like it's very, very strong, but it's not necessarily you don't mine like faster. I guess you just mine the same like a golden pickaxe would, but you can mine better things. I'm not sure. Meg would probably have to answer that. But to my understanding, it's unlimited durability. You can mine more things than a golden pickaxe normally can. And something like that. When I install a mod, will it affect other players on the server? Or no, like you don't have permission. If you like, you can add client mods. That's going to affect you. That's not how mods work. That's a very simple stuff. Man, I gotta go. Well, I hope you guys get good info. See ya. All right, see ya, Alex. Thanks for tuning in. Which elements would work with the nature element? Water. Water. An ocean named the Sea of Dera. It's a Turkish word which means one who's in the ocean. Yeah, we might do like a user, like an audience submission, and you guys can see. I want to try something. I want to try and do a poll. I want to see, how do I do a poll? What? I can only do yes or no? Wait, how many can I do? Which land mass are you interested in living on? Okay, so you can pick one of these on here. So we'll do one as Arborlands. Oh, someone just did something. Joby for €2. Thank you. Will Croptopia be in the Stevorium server? I think it was in the old Orchard. We have plans for like extra stuff like that. Yes. Thank you for donation. I really appreciate it. Storm's Refuge. The Molten Peninsula. Oh, this is the last one I can do. Oh, crap. Ancient Isle. Crap. Okay, let me do Vile Vine here. And then... okay. I'll just do HH. Okay. Vote here. Hopefully the poll went out. I have no idea if it worked, but hopefully there's a poll out and you can vote on which landmass you're interested in. Vilevine Forest and Arborlands are pretty similar. I wish I could do more options, but I don't know. This is just for fun. Storm's Refuge, Molten Peninsula is TMP. Ancient Isle and the Harmonious Haven are probably going to be, in my opinion, the least popular, so that's why I did them together. But yeah, vote on that. I'm just curious to see what you guys are leaning towards. Really, 42% for Ancient Isle and Harmonious Haven. Wow. Which of those are more popular? If you guys type it, I'd be interested to see which one of those, if you did vote for that, which one you'd be more interested in. Gareth says, what is the worst Origin combination? Fire and nature is pretty bad. Like, really bad. I don't think there's any bonuses for either. Yeah, it's probably fire and nature. There's no bonuses for either side. Like, it's just bad. Okay, so it's looking like Ancient Isle is the most popular vote, unless it's still loading and I don't have it loaded up correctly. Haven. Everyone's saying Haven. That's interesting. I don't know if you guys heard what I said, but yeah, my idea for Harmonious Haven was to kind of have it chill. Like, it's just, if you just want to build, just want to hang out, less drama and politics and stuff like that for like factions. That was my idea for Harmonious. So I'm interested. That's interesting that a lot of people are interested in that. I don't even know what's going on here. Harmonious Haven because of neutrality? Yeah, that's the idea, is Harmonious Haven will be, if you're there, you're probably not fighting with people over here. You're probably just chilling, you're working with each other, maybe being, yeah. Okay. Ancient Isle equals lore equals definitely gonna get griefed. Yeah, Ancient Isle is like, yeah, there's gonna definitely be some interesting story going on with Ancient Isle there. But yeah. Someone tells Steve, my god, heaven plus does not equal haven. I know what haven means. Yeah. Unless I spelt it wrong. No, I did not. A haven is a place of safety or refuge, and that is the Google definition. So that is what a haven is. That is, yeah, that I am right. What is your opinion on the Pokemon Snivy? That's a weird grass snake thing, right? Yeah. I'm not too keen on it. I don't know. I don't really like the newer games. Diamond was my first one, so that was my favorite. Could you live on the ice? Yeah, we're gonna have the ice origin probably come out as like a DLC, and they will be able, when they walk across ice, they'll freeze it. So they'll probably be living on the glaciers and stuff like that. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe. Oh yeah, so yeah, if you guys aren't at 5,555 subscribers, I'll be doing a face reveal. And if you subscribe to me and your subscriptions are public on stream, you'll pop up and I can thank you personally for subscribing. So I'd appreciate it if that's something you'd be interested in. And you like the Stevorium stuff, you want to know more about it, I would appreciate that. Will there be any Origins with infinite durability Elytra wings? The Elytra version of the Air Origin will be exactly like the Elytrian. So they just won't, like, it'll just be part of their body. It's not going to be, yeah, so technically, yes, it's going to be exactly like what you would think the Elytrian operates like. Give the Fire Origin you showed us a flint and steel ability. I feel it should have at least one. No, a huge mechanic of the fire-based Origins, you have to light yourself on fire. The Pyromancer has a fireball, so you could shoot it at the ground and it starts fire, but no, that is not, that is, for balance reasons, that is a poor design for combat. That is something, to get a bonus, you must sacrifice something, and that being, you need to have a flint and steel or a fire charge to light yourself on fire. It's not going to be free. Oops. Duckman, subscribe to me on YouTube. Thank you, Duckman. I appreciate that. Okay. Snivy. Oh, sorry. Steve5, is there an island on the top left? Check it out, please. Yeah, of course there is. Everyone knows about this. Our donators have already claimed to settle here. So, yeah, people are... This is a part of a much larger island that is secret for now, but you can settle here. It is allowed, and there's also something down here. Yeah, you can also settle here. That is absolutely allowed. These are the tips of other islands that we will expand to. That is part of the map. It is intentional that they are there. How you freeze ice? Well, the ice element will just have that as an effect, where if you walk over water, it'll freeze it. Okay. Will you insert custom any lore build zones ruins? Yeah, so our developer, Mega, is running a competition right now in the Discord. If you're interested and you have cool builds and you want to submit them, make sure to do !Discord and join it. Look at the competition. There's rewards if you win. So those will be custom buildings that we will submit. Ruins and stuff, we have some stories. There's for example, this one up here. There's a story behind this building. I don't want to go into it too much, but there is something important happened here. Yeah, they're going to definitely have lots of stuff. I will be designing the lore this weekend. I'll be up at a cabin. There'll be no internet, so I'll be writing a lot up there. Haven is misspelled. It is not misspelled. I will pull this up on screen for you. Haven definition. It is spelt correctly, and the definition... oh, you can't... I don't know if you can see that, because my screen's kind of weird. Haven. A place of safety or refuge. It is spelled correctly, and the word usage is correct as well. Okay. Yeah, I gotta make... Sir Krylot's here. Sir Krylot made me a custom... Origin for me, like Steve. So I will be doing a video on that. So make sure if you guys are interested in that, it's really awesome. He submitted for a competition, so there'll be a little video coming out for Sir Krylot's custom Steve 5 Origin. It's pretty nice. I was working on my build for the contest, taking a break to catch a stream. Oh, nice. I'm glad you stopped by. I appreciate that. Will there be an element about lore? Like a hidden element in the lore, and we have to figure it out to be able to use it? That's an interesting idea. I don't have plans for that. I can't say I do have plans for that right now. But that could be interesting, for sure. Steve, you play the card game Magic the Gathering. I noticed the art for Voltra is the art for another lightning god. Well, it's not the art for Voltra. That's supposed to be the Sparker, and yes, it is from Magic the Gathering. I used to play the physical card game. I don't actually play online. I used to play the actual cards. But that's just for the thumbnail. Like the electrocutionist is a female, like Thor kind of person, and then the Sparker is a male god. It's just that those are just supposed to represent the origins, not the gods. Anyway, if you want some art for your gods, I'm interested on the Discord server. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, well, we don't have designs for the gods specifically. As I said, those are just for the origins. But if we ever get to that, that would be, yeah, for sure. That would be awesome. Thank you for volunteering that. C5, will the Ender Dragon evolve condition be changed to just assisting on the kill? Yes, that is something we definitely want. At least I am definitely interested in including, because yeah, if you go with your team or your faction and you take down the Ender Dragon, everyone who participated should get the achievement. So hopefully we can find something for that. I really, really hope we can. Excuse me. I gotta drink some water. Will the cloud origin from the air element work like the storm chaser from Inkbat? What is Inkbat? I don't know what that is. So I would say I have no idea. I could not tell you. Okay. Magic Gathering. Will the undead origin have phantom phasing? Yes, one of them will. The one that's based off the soul will. How good is the electrocutionist? In my opinion, if you're good at kiting enemies, the electrocutionist is probably the strongest damage dealer in the entire Stevorium, at least in the base game, because no one can catch you, and you can just throw lightning at them. There's like you have to think of how OP it is. Like, imagine Storm's Refuge. You have like a treant, someone like from the nature element walking around trying to I don't know, just hang out. And then you're an electrocutionist. You will literally be running circles around them, zapping them with lightning, and there's nothing they can do. It's very strong if you're skilled with that kind of like kiting mechanics. What difficulty will the server be on? Hard. Inkbat is a YouTuber? Okay, I don't know. An Origin creator? Yeah, I don't really watch other Origin YouTubers. I'm not really into... I guess I should be now that I think about it, because this whole project's custom Origins, but yeah. Have you seen Songs of War? If so, there be a mode of transportation like those beacons? And you have to pay to use it? Yeah, we could do paid teleports, but the idea is to kind of drop the spawn somewhere like right here, and you get a free teleport out. And you will have to basically travel very far. If you want to trade with people, you're going to have to travel. So the idea is not to have TPAs. You can TPA back home, but you can't do stuff like that. Will there be natural disasters? I don't know what that means. I don't know how I would do that. I would say no. I don't even know what that is. Like, I know what a natural disaster is. I don't know how you would do that in Minecraft on a fabric like server. If we don't have the origins in a if we don't like the origins in a chosen element, can we go back a page? No, you cannot go back a page. Part of the whitelist procedure is that you must familiarize yourself with all of the origins and elements. So you will have to be familiar with them, and you will have to tell us in the whitelist application, I plan on playing the Pyromancer. So when you pick it, you can't, there's no way out. You can't be like, well, I didn't know what it did. You are responsible for that. You can craft Orb of Origins if you'd like to, but no. Unfortunately, yes, if you misclick, that's a big problem, but I think you might be able to relog, and it might work, but I don't hold me to that. Why hard difficulty? Because everyone wants hard difficulty. That was voted on for the last server. That's how it is. Which is the nicest god? The nicest god? I don't know. Arboreye's pretty nice. The water people are like what you would think of like a strict teacher in school. They're not necessarily nice, but they're very strong and like fair and just. I don't know. That's an interesting take. I guess I won't know until more lore comes out. Will there be merchants? What does that mean? Merchants as in the class? Yes. merchants, as in if that's what you want your job to be, maybe. I'm not too sure. You keep commenting like shed rack. You don't give enough detail when you ask questions, and then you spam it after when it's not answered. Would there be waypoints mod for faster traveling? Maybe. We have to judge how the economy is based, because if you're trading between like Storm's Ridge and Harmonious Haven, we kind of want you to be traveling by boat. But obviously, if you're in the Arborlands and you're trying to trade with someone from the Ancient Isles, that's a bit crazy. So, I don't know. Probably not, because we want fast travel we want there to be actual physical travel, so trade will be more, stuff. Inkbat makes good Origins that suck on servers due to lag. Oh, I will take a look at them after the thing. Starlex says, can we use the Origins on our servers? If you type, I'll type it for you. If you type !Electro in that video description, you will be able to find the download link for the electric Origins. You could put them on your own world or your own server right now. You keep saying the fire god is bad. Why? Well, that's the lore behind their... I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean bad like I'm saying they're weak? Or do you say like their spirit is bad? Because they are. The fire god... I mean... This guy's the lord of fire, lava, and war. With a fraction of his almighty glory, you will bring your foes to your knees, or they will become one with the flame. Which basically means your foes will surrender, or you will kill them and burn them alive. It's just the lore. Like, it's not nothing personal or anything. That's just the design of what they do and what they are. Will the Origins with the Elytra Wings be able to wear armor better than chainmail? Yes, that is, again, something I hated about original... Imagine playing in a modded server as an Elytrian, and you can't wear anything better than chainmail. Yes, absolutely. That's something I really despised with the initial design of the Elytrian. I don't know what this is. No, what happened? I don't know what happened. I closed it. Oops. But yes, the Elytrians, we have planned to make... The balance is very important to us, so we have planned for stuff like that. So yes, absolutely. There's going to be lots of avenues to gain more armor, be stronger overall. Will there be a boat mod? No. Stop. Dude, okay, can you guys... mute this guy, Shedrack, if he says the same thing twice? Like, he keeps spamming the same question. When it's not answered immediately, he sends it again. I'm going to mute him right now. This is really annoying. Actually, I'm just going to... Okay, perfect. Okay. Are all the mods that you are going to use be server-side, or will you need to download a mod pack? You will need to download a mod pack. We have a mod pack right now. I own a mod pack, and I designed one, so you will be able to use that mod pack to play on the server. To everyone who keeps asking if they can go back, download the data packs as they come out, test them out. Yeah, we are going to hold you responsible. You are responsible for picking your origin. What time is it for you? It is 2:43 p.m. I am in the EST time zone. Nearly 4,000 subs. I think when I started the stream, I was at 3,400... No, 3,910 or 20 or something. Yeah. Anyway, is there anything else I was going to bring up? The launch date, which we have been told is probably going to be around early August, like very beginning of August. Anything else before I close out here? Is the fire god evil then? Who a good god in the lore? Lots of gods are good. I would say Magmite and Mutanus, which is the god of death, are really the only bad gods. They are probably the only ones that are somewhat evil. So you can just read the lore when it comes out. It's and draw your own conclusions. Knowing the estimated release date for Stevorium, 1.18 will be out after. Any plans after that? No. I like obviously it'd be nice to move it forward to 1.18, but odds are we're going to stick with 1.17 for a long time. It's this August, correct? Yeah. So Mega told me that odds are it's probably going to be done by the end of this month, so we'll have the server hopefully ready early August. Will there be something like Strider where player can ride other player? Probably not. That's no one really likes the Strider. It's one of the least popular origins, so I would, very unlikely. Steve, can you chill with us in the Discord server voice chat for a while after the stream? Well, I have to end the stream because I have to go get something to eat because I haven't had lunch. So I will be in the Discord after the server ends. We're probably going to end in like 10 minutes or so. I think evil and good won't be that prominent in the lore. It's just subjective. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know. People seem to be getting hung up on what, like, if a god is good or if a god is bad. It's a point of view. You draw your own conclusions. I'm not here to tell you a god is good. You can figure that out for yourself. Recipe for Orb of Origins is pinned in the Discord. Yes, so you will be able to farm and craft your own Orb of Origins. It's somewhat expensive, so it's a big choice, but you will be able to make them. So if you don't like the origin you're with, there'll be options for you to change. Okay. Steve, by the way, if you or Mega need any help regarding coding or artwork, I totally volunteer. Well, we've had a few people reach out and ask Mega if they could help, but I think there's something with, I don't really code myself, so there's like GitHub or something, like it's impossible, or it's hard, or there's nothing set up where you can collaborate, but you can get in touch with Mega, see what they say. Yeah, if you wanted to help, Mega is commissioned, so if you guys were able to work together, get it out faster, if that's something that would work, then I'm sure Mega would be in touch with myself and we could figure out something. Yeah, okay, sounds like it's a good spot to probably end this one. Thank you very much for everyone who tuned in. Expected release date will be hopefully August-ish. You guys I'll keep you updated with updates. I think the fire element will probably be done soon-ish, in like a week or so, we'll see videos on those, or you guys will be able to see videos on those. And yeah, I guess oh, there's some more questions. Will the Elytra Wing Origins have flight-related abilities like Sonic Boom from I Has Names Evolved Elysian Origin? They'll have jumps and stuff like that. Yeah, no, like I've seen that video. It's not gonna have Sonic Boom. It will have its own jump. Like, that will be a basic ability, like, probably, yeah, I don't know. We already have something planned for that, so I'm not going to change it. How many slots for people will be on the Stevorium server? Because knowing the people here alone, there are probably like 100 server spots or something. Yeah, I'll probably do around, we'll have to upgrade, I'm going to upgrade the server. I'm going to pay like a good amount of money to upgrade it, like, to like $80, $100 package. And we'll figure it out. I think it'll probably be around 50, and there'll be a whitelist application, and if we don't like your whitelist, you're not getting in. Like, it's exclusive. There's clearly a lot of people who want to play, so if it's not if we don't like, we want a, what's it called? A very, like, pristine or premium environment, and if we think you're not going to add anything of value to the server, or we think your application's a little sketchy, you're just not getting in. So, hopefully with whitelist applications, it'll be not too full. All right, looks like everyone's ready to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, guys. This is a longer stream, almost 2 hours. I'll be in the Discord in a bit, !Discord if you'd like to join. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We ended with 126 likes. That's crazy. If you'd like to download the world map, you can type !map in the chat, and that will give you my Twitter. You can follow me on there. That's where I'll post the pictures, because some of the pictures on Discord, it won't let me upload a file size that large, so I put them on Twitter. Yep. All right. Have a, I guess, a good weekend, everyone. I guess I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the donations and the new subscribers. It means a lot, so I appreciate that. All right, have a good one.